Okay, so last time I talked about the ecclesia, meaning church. They changed the word from ecclesia in the Bible to church, which was written 112 times, 116 times, whatever. And I've been thinking about that more and more, and how important it is. And I was actually going to do a different video today, but then this ecclesia kind of crept in and it made it sound really important to kind of tie these two things in together. Because I was thinking, actually, I was looking up statistics about um, how many Christians there are in the world today, and like how many people there are that believes in God, and are those statistics going up, down, in comparison of the population of the world? Is that how are things going? And and how many atheists are there, and is that going up or down? Because I read the other day that the atheism is on a rise, and I'm like, is it really on a rise? Because I've met a lot of people in the past 3 years, and not one of them were an atheist. And I talk about God a lot, and nobody's ever been offended or ever said, "Oh, I'm an atheist," or actually most people just plain flat out agreed with, "Yeah, please pray for me," or "Yeah, or I'll pray for you." They'll say that to me, or but maybe people don't have like a denomination, they don't have a church to go to, or they don't have a Bible, or they don't have um, like specific like doctrines that they follow, or anything. So, so they don't have um, an affiliation, I guess. But and I wouldn't really say that they were Christian either, but they do believe in God. So they're not an atheist, but they're more of like and I don't want to say agnostic either, because agnostic, I had to look this up today. I should have known what this was, but I'm sorry I didn't. I think this is the second time I've looked this up. Uh, so agnostic just doesn't believe yes or no, God or not. Doesn't know, doesn't care, I guess. Doesn't even want to think about it. Um, so, but the people I've spoken to over the past 3 years, and more than that, I mean, teaching at a school, you meet so many people all the time. But uh, these people aren't. I wouldn't even say they were agnostic. They were believers in God, and the way I define Christian, which might not be the way that they define it either, but the way that I define it is, if you believe in God and you're baptized, and you're a Christian. Um, I would even venture to say, if you believe in God, that you would be a Christian. But I think, and I don't know, I've looked up a bunch of verses today. I've spent hours looking up verses, but um, I think that in order to say that you're a Christian, you're supposed to be baptized. But who cares? If you want to say if you believe in God, and you want to say you're a Christian, say you're a Christian. Um, I don't think that's a sin. Oh my gosh, wow, what a sin! I call myself a Christian. I'm not baptized. Uh, so anyways, I was looking up facts and stuff and data, and boy, I looked at the data they gathered from the 2012 election, American election, whatever, the poll they took for when you went in to vote. I guess you had to answer questions and stuff. I didn't vote, which I'm so mad at myself. I should have. Everybody be mad at me, please, because I should have. Even though I had no good choice, I should have done what my husband did. And I wish he would have told me to do this. Because sometimes he's very smart. Most of the time he's very smart, okay? Rick, you're smart. But he just wrote in Bernie. Why did I do that? Jeez. Anyway, um, but you have to fill out some information. Anyway, I think some of the questions were misleading, because I remember I answered a question one time that said something about what church affiliation are you, and my church was like just Church of Christ, and I didn't have like there's no affiliation for us. It's just Christian Church of Christ. I don't know. And there was no options. I didn't know what to put it, so I just put other or something, you know. And so I think there's a lot of mistakes happening like that on some of these polls. So I don't know exactly what the questions were on the election polls and then the Gallup results. I was reading over the Gallup results for the past 20 years, I think, and the numbers aren't really good. I mean, it's actually kind of scary, and I'm like, why are these numbers so bad? Like, atheism has gone up so much. I was like trying to think like, well, and has Christianity at least, you know, gone up as much as atheism gone up? No, like atheism has gone up more so. And oh shoot, I can't look at it because I've got the camera up here. Oh, wait, I wonder if you can still record while I look at it. Yeah, I guess this is still recording. You can probably still see me. I'm just looking at my computer screen. Let's see. It says, oh, where is it? That's not it. Oh boy, here it is. Okay. Okay, so it says among the nuns, so people that say they have no affiliation with they have no, you know, religious affiliation. The nuns, I guess, is what they call them. They're either, they give them the choice of atheist, agnostic, or spiritual but not religious. Okay, so atheist, agnostic, or spiritual but not religious. Okay, so they call those the nuns, and this is the 2012 American national election. Okay, so we're looking at spiritual but not religious. There's 35. Wait, am I looking at women or okay? Sorry, yeah. So male. So for males, there's 35% who chose spiritual but not religious, and 20% male chose agnostic. So, you know, don't know if there is or isn't. It's not really looking to find out if there is or not. And then there's 20% that say there is no God. Okay, so that is 2012. But we have this 35% who are choosing spiritual but not religious. Okay, that's the male. But then we have, on the other hand, we have the female. We have a 49% of the female nuns saying that they're spiritual but not religious. Okay, and then we have, let's see, that's about 12% say they're agnostic, which is don't care. And then there's the about 12%, 11% maybe atheists for the females. Now, so I say that's a whole 45%, 49% plus female, plus for the male 35% spiritual. Okay, they're spiritual, so they know that there is something out there that's, you know, in control of the universe, in control of the world, in control of us. You know, they know that there's something out there, so they need to be reached. Like, we gotta find these people, and I think some of those people might be in. That might be one of the categories that some of the people that I've met along my way, I think they might be some of those people too. Might be in that, you know, spiritual but not religious, because they're kind of afraid to say they're religious, because they don't know, if you don't grow up in a religion, then you don't even know the types of religions that are out there. You don't, you know, well, I grew up just as a Christian. I don't have any other denomination besides Christian, so I don't know what Catholics are. I don't know what Protestants, Baptists, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. There's so many other denominations out there, uh, that I don't know. I don't know what they are. So I'm not like I'm afraid of them. But I can imagine that people might be intimidated by saying that, I'm religious, because then they'd be like, well, what denomination are you? Well, I don't know, because they wouldn't know. How would they know? We need to reach these people. What I'm trying to say is, there's a lot of people here that can be swayed over, that need to know, that we can get a hold of, that Christians need to be out looking for, because everybody in this world's so good. And usually if you try to talk to somebody, or if somebody's talking to you, then about, anything, if somebody just starts talking to you, just start talking back, find out about them. People are usually really nice. I mean, you can kind of tell a person that's in a hurry, somebody with their face up in the air or running down the street. Don't talk to them because they're in a hurry. But, usually people are pretty kind. And people like meeting other people. There's good in everybody. I don't care who you are. There's good in everybody. So which brings me to my gathering of the people, the ecclesia. So I'm in my searchings today, I found on YouTube this guy who was very upset, and his YouTuber handle was I think Mr. Atheist or something atheist, and he was very upset, and I would be too if I was him. But he was mad because a bunch of Christians went to a LGBTQ parade holding up signs saying "I'm sorry." Really, people? Come on. Why? I mean, Christians, you gotta use some common sense here. We're not gonna get anybody on our side. We're not gonna get our numbers up. We're not gonna get people to believe in God and follow us up into heaven so we can play around in heaven together if we do stupid crap like this. Really, why would you hold up a sign that says "I'm sorry"? I'm sorry for what? What are you sorry for? You're sorry that they're gay, or you're sorry that you're living like, I don't know, why would you say "I'm sorry"? And whatever you're sorry for, then write it down on a sign and say what you're sorry for. Maybe you are sorry for a good reason, which this guy said. Well, maybe your intentions are good, but write down what your intentions were, because just saying "I'm sorry" just does not give anybody any kind of clue, unless it's just ill intent, because it does sound ill intent. Just saying "I'm sorry," I'm flabbergasted that somebody would do that, and I'm the one with no common sense, and I would never do that. So we really need to use some common sense. And then, okay, so that got me to thinking, okay, LGBTQ, what are the numbers there? And as I predicted, there are so many LGBTQ that are just don't have any, no religion, none, or atheists, don't believe in God. And I'm wondering, and I haven't found a statistic. I typed into Google, but I haven't been able to find it. I'm wondering how many of them, started out, in a religion, and then had just such strict church rules, and people in their church that would just say bad things about gays and whatever, and just talk down about them, that it just made them disgusted with church and people, and being being harassed, going to church and being harassed. Really, I can't imagine how many people had grown up in a church who were gay, grew up in a church, and then just totally turned away from God because of the way they were treated at church. So now they're just like, heck, there can't be a God, especially if this is his house. I don't want to be around a God like that. I wouldn't blame them. I mean, that's awful. And it's not our place to judge anyway. We, we, like Jesus said, uh, let ye who have not sinned cast the first stone. Okay? There's no way I'm picking up any stone ever at any person, ever. I will never be perfect. I will never even dream to be perfect. Jesus was the only one, and I know Jesus would be hugging every LGBTQ person and loving it that they were at church. I know he would, and he would have nothing bad to say about them ever. And I can't believe that some people would just think that, and probably goes the other way around. Probably, some LGBTQ people would think that all Christians are, don't like them or something, but that's not true, because I have plenty of gay friends who I love to death, and they know that I'm a Christian, and they know that I love them, and they know that they can go to church too. Of course, I don't know any. Well, I don't have a church right now anyway, so I was gonna say I don't have any gay friends who go to church, but I don't have a home church right now, which is why I'm doing this. This is my church. This is my ecclesia. Which, remember, church is just a gathering of people. Okay, I think that the ecclesia in the Bible and the church is two different things, and the ecclesia is a gathering of people, and I think we really do need to do a much better job today, and we need to bring up our numbers, so much so that the atheists have so many more numbers. I can't see if I can bring that up. How much more did they go? Atheists are up to 20% now, and just 10 years ago, if I can find it real quick, just 10 years ago they were at like 2%, if I remember right. Can I find that fact real quick? Of course not, but the atheists are going up quickly, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons why. And it's because the church has not changed. It's like education. I'm studying education. You want your school to do better. You want your children to be educated better. You have to change. You have to adapt to the times, to the modern technology, just like everything else is adapting and changing with the internet. Like with this ecclesia, I'm trying to adapt. I'm trying to make a difference here, even though I only have a couple of viewers. But hey, it's an ecclesia because I have at least one other person watching this. Thank you, Mom. Love you, Mom. I love you, Rick. If Rick probably won't watch this. Anyway, so yeah, I think the church really needs to do a whole type of revamping thing in order, if you want to get your numbers up. You need to be holding ecclesias. An ecclesia was when you had an announcement, the town had an announcement, and there was no news channel, or there was no, Twitter or Facebook or anything. So they're like, we have an announcement. Come here at 4 o'clock today and you'll give the announcement. And people want to know what this announcement was because it was pretty important. People are always taking over territories back then, wars going on, who knows what's going on. They want to know what's going on. Okay, so what else did you have to do besides cook and chase after kids and hook up the oxen to the plow? And oh gosh, I could never made it back then. I'm so lazy. So what was I saying? Yes, we need to update. Our churches need to update too. Okay, we need to have more YouTube churches. Let's just have churches online. It doesn't have to be YouTube church. It can be online churches, which I don't know. There probably is. I don't know. Maybe there is. Um, I saw a YouTuber do a, oh, oh, it was a joke. It was a joke, but I thought it was such a good idea. That funny guy, John Christ, he did virtual reality church. And it was funny, but I was like, that's such a good idea. That is such a good idea. I mean, take it to the nursing homes because put the virtual reality on them, on the people, especially people that can't get out of bed or out of the room or something. Put the, they'll feel like they're right there, or put them on me, and then I won't be too scared to jump up and say praise God, hallelujah. I think that'd be fun. I could sing out so loud at my own house, like my dog would probably howl a little bit, but no, she wouldn't. She don't do anything but sleep. Um, but hey, why not? Why not virtual reality church? That'd be fun. And even interactive virtual reality church. So like me and my sister, she lives in Southern Ohio. Me and my sister could go to the same church. We'd have our virtual reality things on, and we turn, and I'd have my thing on, and she would turn, and we'd look at each other, and we'd be sitting right next to each other, even though in real life, in IRL, we wouldn't be, but in virtual, we would be. That'd be so cool. And then I could like reach into her purse to take out the tithing money, so I don't have to use my money. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that, Jenny. Anyway, I'll laugh at my own jokes. Thank you very much, since nobody else is in here. So yes, we need to update our churches. Our churches need to adapt. What other ideas did I have? Yes, okay, so I had another idea, because as I'm reading the Bible, I come to some places where I'm just like, Jesus is hilarious. He's so funny. Like, God has such a good humor that I don't know if, or I don't know if it's God. I mean, of course, God made a sense of humor, so it is God. But, I mean, the guy that wrote this, I mean, it's just funny. I don't know if it's just me, but I thought maybe there could be like, a little part of these videos where I read a little bit of the Bible to kind of like, let's make it like a little bit, we'll do like a modern version reading of the Bible. Like we'll kind of put it in like real time. Like, okay, so I don't know how to explain it very well, but you'll catch on here. Okay, so this is oh shoot, I don't know what chapter this is. Matthew? Nope. I would like to tell you where this is at. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Oh wait, I might still have it on my bookmarks. Oh, I have so many bookmarks. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then you can read it with me. But what version did I use? I think I used the King James version, but that's usually the version I use. But this one, oh, is this it? Okay, this is it. Okay. Okay, it's Matthew 12. Okay. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to put this into the context of the modern times, okay? This is Matthew 12. Okay, and it's just one paragraph. 1 through 8. All right, so the Pharisees are a religious group. They when Jesus comes into town here, they're checking up on him. He's saying he's the Son of God, and they're like, Son of God? Well, I don't know about that. Is this a sin? Like, can people be walking around saying they're the Son of God? Like, they didn't know what to think of him, really. So they, they have people following him around, and just like in every other group, there's always some know-it-alls. Okay, there's always some know-it-alls. In fact, I had a couple know-it-all students But anyway, this is an instance of some know-it-all Pharisees, okay? And that's my dog. Hold on 1 second. Luna, no. Luna, no. Okay, so she sleeps and she barks. That's it. That's all she does. Sleeps and barks. Okay, so these Pharisees are just, they're not all Pharisees are. I mean, they're all, they all want to do good, but anyway, they're not sure about Jesus right now, okay? But these ones right here, in this particular instance, they're just being picky and know-it-all, okay? And they're like, oh, sure, Son of God, yeah, whatever. This is the Son of God, okay, sure. And all right, so here we go. This is where it goes. This is where it starts. And I'm gonna try to make my tone like modern times, okay? Okay. At that time, Jesus went through the grain fields on a Sabbath. Sabbath is Sunday. Sunday is supposed to be a holy day, okay? I'm just telling you that. That's not from the scripture right now. I'm just telling you that Sabbath is a Sunday, and Sunday, you're not supposed to do anything on Sundays, but kick your feet back and relax all day, okay? Because that's a holy day, and God named it a holy day, and these know-it-all Pharisees, I know they don't do any work at all on Sundays, the Sabbath, okay? All right, so at that time, Jesus went through the grain fields on the Sabbath. His disciples were hungry, and they began to pluck heads of grain and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said to him, Look! Your disciples are doing what is not lawful to do on a Sabbath. Which, since they plucked off the heads of the wheat, that was working, okay? That's what they meant. They were working, okay? Okay, so then, alright, so we're that part. He said to them, which is Jesus said to them, okay. Have you not read what David did when he was hungry and those who were with him? How he entered the house of God and ate the bread of the presence, which it was not lawful for him to eat, nor for those who were with him, but only for the priests? Or have you not read in the law how on the Sabbath the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are guiltless? I tell you, something greater than the temple is here, as in him. Jesus is here. And if you had known what this means, I desire mercy and not sacrifice, you would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. Ta-da! There. That's my little modern update of the Jesus is Lord of the Sabbath. I just thought that was so funny because they were like, look what they're doing. They're plucking off the heads of the wheat. That's work. Whatever. Okay. What were they supposed to do? Like, they didn't have a house to store stuff in. I mean, they were traveling around with Jesus, following him, the Son of God. They're walking with him. I mean, what were they supposed to do? Fill up their pockets super huge and carry around wheat with them, so on Sundays they can eat it on Sundays, so that it don't do work to pluck it off. I don't know. These were those know-it-alls. Those couple of guys, must have been more than one, because it says Pharisees, were the know-it-alls of the group. Anyway, what do you guys think? How can we make this a virtual reality church? Because I want to go to church with my sister again, because we have fun. We took the communion from my grandma when we were 7, before we were allowed to even have communion. We weren't allowed to have communion, but we took it anyway. God was laughing too. Okay? I know he was. All right, what kind of ideas do you guys have? We'll see you soon. Bye.